Danny Cortez Show, Shawn Wayans in the building.
Yes.
I've been saying it. I'm going to say it again. Having you here is surreal for me because the influence that you and your family had on the culture and the changing of entertainment is so powerful. And I don't even know if you guys realized why you were doing it, what you were doing.
We didn't know, and we really, we work so hard that we're not sitting around kind of looking at what we did. We just keep trying to put more stuff out. How
much talent that came out of there?
Man.
Of all the people that you work with, who is besides your brothers, who do you think was the funniest person to act, like, just on point?
Everyone was on point.
Really?
Like, all those guys, from Jim to Tommy, David. I mean, everyone. Some of the funniest stuff on that show happened off camera. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that ended up on camera started off on the side. Everyone eating snacks and talking about their weekend, and then going into these stories and these characters, and then boom, Keenan would hear it and go, "That's funny."
It would become a bit. You turn it into.
Keenan would flip it and he'd be like, "Yo, that's funny." And he'd assign 2 writers, y'all go write that, and then they'll work on it. Tommy and David, y'all go work on that, and it was just it would come together, or the guys would be talking and David or Tommy would do something, or Jim would do something and be like, "Yo, that's hilarious," and then boom.
Write it into the show. You know, I told you that there's a network. I don't know who it is. I'm serious. I push Guide, and it's all in living color, and I'll sit there for hours.
What channel is that? They owe us a check.
I was going to say, y'all need some residuals.
Right?
And I told you, so I need a little cut.
Yeah,
so anyway,
I'll give you a little cut.
I'm watching them, and I'm reminded of all of the just raw talent on there, but there were a couple of bits. So what was the bit where the 2 gay guys... and they're like reviewing movies?
Blaine and Anton hated it. Men on Film.
Yes, that was probably the best one.
Film.
One of the greatest bits of all time. Could you get away with that now?
I don't know. If they got a sense of humor about it, yes, but I don't know.
Such a great bit.
It
so
was
much
a great
fun.
bit, and that was groundbreaking. That
you never saw anything like that on television before that.
Never seen anything like that on TV before.
I've seen it at the club.
Yeah, you see it at the club.
I'm going out tonight to host a gay club. But
Yeah.
that for television was so groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea?
That was Keenan and Damon.
Okay.
Keenan and Damon. They used to do those characters way back before in Living Color, and they used to play around, and they came up with that sketch.
It was really funny. So, how hard is it for the cast? You think this is a long time ago? I told you Tommy was in, and he didn't even say anything bad. I was teasing you, but I could tell he had like a sense of hurt. He felt like some people had left him behind.
Mm-hmm.
And did you feel that from some of the cast members? They felt like they wanted more help from you and the other cast members. Like they felt like they didn't get the shine that they deserved later in other projects.
Not at all. I didn't feel that because we still work with people from the show. David Alan Greer, we put in. He's on my cartoon.
Right.
He was in Little Man, too. So, whenever we're creating and we think of somebody that we worked with, that we love, that we think is funny, we put them in.
So when I tell you that, are you surprised that he would feel that way?
Honestly, I'm sitting there going, what is he talking about? But I don't know what he said, so I can't really.
Nothing bad, just that he felt like he didn't get the shine that he deserved. Like,
I thought Tommy was great.
He was incredible.
Incredible.
He was a breakout
star. And he is incredible.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to ask him something. We were about to hit.
Oh, we were talking about the Boo Crew. Boo Crew. And we were talking about YouTube and how it's on YouTube, and that's where kids watch TV now. That's how they...
That is their TV.
Yes, exactly. Now, do you see all the stuff going on with Johnson & Johnson? And like all these big corporations are pulling their stuff from YouTube because of advertising. And I was thinking, how are you guys going to combat that?
Well, because of advertising, because of the content on some of the videos.
Some of the videos.
Some of the videos are not screened properly, and so these advertisers are just throwing their money on YouTube, and they're being played on videos that are controversial, to say the least. Mm-hmm. How are you guys able to work through that, having a kids cartoon?
To be honest with you, I'm not doing this for advertising. I'm doing this because I'm trying to teach kids life lessons through humor and music. I don't, if advertisers come on board and they want to be a part of what I'm doing, that's fine, but I'm not doing it for that. This is independently financed. So
this is just passion project.
Passion project.
Do you have children?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is 18.
Okay.
I have a 15-year-old daughter and a going to be 13-year-old son.
So is your 13-year-old son? Does he think the cartoon's okay? Does he think it's cool?
He loves it. Yeah, he loves it.
Does he help you write bits?
He helps. They do little voices and stuff, and if they come up with something funny that I like, I'll use it. Yeah, I want to tap into that young kid's voice, so I'm always open.
Are you opposed to them getting into business? Do they want to work in it?
They all express it. I mean, my oldest daughter is in music. She's in New York City studying music. My other daughter wants to act and write, and my son wants to do cartoon voices or play basketball. So whatever they want to do, I support. I'll show them how to do it. I'll tell them that they have to work hard, and whatever they do, they got to educate themselves in whatever field they get in, and just don't give up. All the same stuff that I'm trying to teach.
What kind of people were your parents? Like, because all you guys are super
horrible. I'm kidding.
They were awful.
They were wonderful. My parents, instilled a lot of the values that we have in us today. They were very big on family, very big on education, and being good people. So those were the things that was instilled from them.
You talked a lot off the air about the kids and the need for this. What do you think's happened? What's different today than when you grew up, when we grew up? What's different in the way kids are being raised?
Man, I don't know what's different about everyone, but from what I see, well, one, the world is faster.
Okay.
Things is moving
News
faster.
cycles. Boom, boom.
Everything is just faster.
Social
Technology,
media, everything.
So you're growing up faster, and you have less put into you because everything's moving so fast. Back when we grew up, it was at a slower pace. We got to take in more. There was more time for us. Our parents was on us more, and they were able to shape us the way they wanted to shape us without anybody getting in the middle.
The outside influence that we see today.
There's a lot of outside influences that are, might not be the best for the shaping of the way kids are growing up. So that's one of the differences that I know.
Do you think that there are more single-parent homes, too? I mean, that makes it difficult when you're raising a child on your own.
There's definitely, I think there is more single-parent homes. So
why?
I don't know.
In your opinion?
$1
I
million.
have no idea. If I knew that, that'd be a whole nother business. Right?
Shawn Wayans on why you a single parent.
I'd be Oprah part 2. What I do know, though, is parents need to take that really serious when you decide to start a family with someone. You have to really think about the long term of that. It's not just about you and that person.
Your parents gave you guys everything, and I don't mean money. I don't mean monetarily. That's not what I'm talking about. Did they give you everything? All of them were you and your siblings their focus?
Yes. I mean, we were the only thing that they could deal with because there was 10 of us.
Oh God, so your mom was pregnant all the time.
We stole their dreams. Yes, we were dream suckers.
What was it like growing up with 9 other people and all being talented and all being like? What was that like?
What was the dinner table like?
Oh my God!
Loud laughs. I mean, that's where we got a lot of our humor from. Was the dinner table? Was someone would do something funny or someone was trying to not eat their food, and then they'd knock it on the floor. My dad would make them eat it off the floor.
No,
and we would all be laughing and doing impressions of them eating that food off the floor. I mean, it was constant comedy, constant.
I can't even imagine growing up with that many brothers and sisters.
It was crazy, but I wouldn't change a thing. It was awesome.
What are your parents doing now?
Chilling.
Y'all are gone. We finally got our life.
Yeah, they're just cooling out, living life, being old. And enjoying being
You
old.
said being old.
That's what they're doing.
They're being old. That's what they are.
What about everybody else in your family? What about your brothers? We know you're doing a cartoon. We know you're still touring for comedy. What are they up to?
Me and Keenan is writing a couple of projects. We're writing a movie right now. My sister Kim is working on some TV stuff that she's writing. And she also have a cartoon, a book series called Amy Hodgepodge, which you could look for. And it's dealing with mixed kids and telling their story.
Yeah.
So that's a really cute little book series that she got out. My brother Damon is on Lethal Weapon, and my brother Marlon is on NBC on his own TV show.
What about White Chicks 2? When are we getting that, man? Because, I'm telling you, it's a cult
hinted
classic.
at it earlier.
Everybody, we're doing Facebook Live right now, too. Everybody's talking about it still. Kids, teens, older people, everybody loves that movie.
We're still talking about it.
Contact lenses don't hurt no more.
I mean, the contact lenses, I'll get over that. If we can make it happen, we're gonna make it happen. We're talking about it. We'll see what happens.
So it's a serious discussion you're having right now.
It is a serious discussion, and it's been a serious discussion. It just comes down to making that discussion a reality.
I think it's time.
It's time.
He hasn't even watched the movie ever.
I've never seen it. No.
Wow, you should check it out.
I'll watch it. I want to see. Honestly, I want to see the cartoon first.
It's pretty cool.
You want to
check out the cartoon and then watch White Chicks.
Way later. After the cartoon.
Later.
Remember when people started that big meme? I think the reason it went viral is because Snoop put it up. It was a meme of Iggy Azalea next to y'all in White Chicks and like who's hotter, and then it just took off.
Well, she's definitely hotter than we were.
So you agree that she's the hotter one?
Oh, of course.
Did she get in touch with y'all? Did you guys get involved in that at all?
No, we didn't.
You didn't retweet it or nothing?
Nah, I don't really get in the middle of that type of stuff. I watch it from the sidelines, but
did you laugh a little?
I laughed, but I laughed and I was like, "Oh man, that's cold." That's cold.
It's cold because it's true.
You think she looked like me in White Chicks?
A little bit. Yes, I do. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all were hot.
I didn't think I was hot. I didn't think I was.
I wouldn't have slept with you.
I wouldn't have been with me, and I wouldn't have slept with you either. I wouldn't have been with me in White Chicks.
Well, that's okay. I mean, but y'all tried to
I'm
look
sure there's a lot of people
way.
in prison that might have, but not me.
All right. So honestly,
but White Chicks 2. We'll see.
It could happen.
That's what I want to hear.
It could happen. We'll see what happens.
What city? I didn't even Google you or anything. I really know about. Like, I'm a real fan of y'all. I didn't go into the Wikipedia. Where'd y'all grow up? What city? New York, right?
In New York City, yes.
New York proper?
Manhattan, Chelsea area.
You grew up rich.
Slow up. Chelsea before Chelsea was Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
So Chelsea.
You still grew up with a little.
No, Chelsea was horrible. It was bad.
Your parents still live there?
No, they do not.
Does everybody live in L.A. now?
Yeah, most of us live in LA now.
When did you guys leave New York?
We left New York. I left at 18 years old.
So your parents sold everything there?
Yeah, they got out the projects. My brother bought them a house upstate, and that was when I started my stand-up career. So
you grew up in the projects?
I grew up in the projects.
I didn't know that. See, I thought when you said Manhattan, I automatically assumed
that's why
everybody.
I had to say, and I said Chelsea, and you're like, oh, rich. I'm like, no, wait, time out. I keep making myself look richer.
I'm like,
over by the water. No, wait, time out. In the high rise, what? No, it was the projects.
Was it rough with 10 kids in the
projects? It was rough as hell. It was rough.
How many bedrooms did you guys have?
A lot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think it was like a 4-bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, we just piled on top of each other. A
lot of bunk beds.
Like Legos.
What kind of fights? You said y'all had some fights.
We fought. It was the projects was exactly that, a project, and they took black families and Irish families and Latino families and Asian families and Indian families and put us all together and then left.
They're like,
and
go
see if y'all kill each other. And in the beginning, it was tribal. We were almost fighting every day with different people. And then over the time, those people became family, and we all became this one really tight-knit community. And that block is in me till I die.
Do you still talk to some of those people?
Some of those people I do. Some of them are my good friends that I still hang with.
So growing up like that, and then you go on to be successful, were there ever times that some people tried to talk you down, like, oh, you think you're too good now, you think you're this?
No, because I never really hung around. The people that I didn't like growing up, I stayed away from once I got famous. So, there was a lot of naysayers back when we were kids, people who were mean to us that motivated us to be successful. And now that we're successful, game over. We don't have to say anything. You
said something right there. So do you think the more negative, the more people refuse to believe you could do it, the harder you work to prove them wrong?
We feed off negative energy sometimes, yes. We take the negative energy and make it positive.
That's what I feed off.
I was going to say, because
it's so weird.
That's the only thing you can do. That's the smartest thing you can do, is take that negativity and use it as fuel. And that fuel will push you to do some incredible stuff.
Because I think about this all the time. I think because your family to me reminds me of the Jacksons. Just all super.
And we grew up on the Jacksons, and we were big Jackson fans. They
super talented.
Yeah, super talented.
Humble beginnings.
African-American family.
Right.
That if it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't have had the confidence and the vision to do what we did.
But I don't feel like you guys get the credit sometimes you guys deserve.
Honestly, we don't even trip.
We don't
trip. It's like that. We're not doing it for credit.
Yeah.
We love what we do. The people that recognize what we've done, they know what's up.
No, because when you came in, like I said, for me, there were certain points in life for me that changed the way I thought about what I wanted to do. That moment, Selena, I talk about this a lot, Selena Quintanilla, but like for me being of Mexican-American descent, like there was nobody in entertainment doing anything. She really influenced me in Living Color. Like for me being of a minority and a female, to see that was a life-changing moment. It made me think, hey, I can do that too. I can do that. Those people look like me.
That's what the whole In Living Color was. You can do what you want to do.
Everybody needs to watch this. If you've never seen In Living Color, I was snapping it the other day on my Snapchat, like little pieces. People were hitting me like, "Oh my God, I hadn't seen that in years." I'm like, "There's a whole channel
Fire
like
Marshal
for hours."
Bill. Yeah.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Let me show you something. So many characters.
What was you said your favorite bit?
My favorite character. So outside of, you asked me what was the favorite thing I'd done. Outside of me, I had several. Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown. Oh my gosh.
Homie the Clown. How huge was that though?
So big.
People still use it in memes and stuff.
They use it in hip hop. They use it in rap songs. They use it. I loved Blaine and Anton. I loved Cephas and Reese. The two singers, the soul singers that Kim and David used to do.
Right.
I loved Frenchie that Keenan did. I loved The Ugly Girl. That was hilarious. God, it's just so many. So many. The Damon to do the Oswald. The Damon the big words.
Remember the one Jim Carrey would do too with he'd come in, it was like a game show or something, and there was a couple, I don't remember.
Was it the dating?
The dating game. One of those. That was really funny. That was funny too. What ended that show?
Mike Tyson. What ended the show? Keenan left, and then we all left after.
It was just done. You guys, it lost.
It was just he had some squab beef with the network, and he bounced, and we all left with him.
You ever thought about bringing it back?
That's been kicked around too, but I think in the climate we're in today, it wouldn't be a fun show to do.
I don't know. You think you're
creatively, it wouldn't be fun
because a lot of that stuff you couldn't get away with it today.
Part of comedy, for In Living Color, the whole thing was you can do what you want to do. That's why you got the show that you got. If it all turned around to where you can't do that, well then why are we here?
You think people are too sensitive?
I just think that we're in a different time, and I think that the places that would do an In Living Color would have different standards and practices that probably wouldn't gel well with our.
Is that a good thing for creatives, or is that a bad thing?
It wouldn't be good for In Living Color now.
So with all the stuff going on in Hollywood now, like all the shakeup with like Harvey Weinstein, all that, do you think that that's going to change the culture of Hollywood?
I hope so.
I was going to say I have a feeling it might be for the worse though, because it might become more conservative and less creative.
Oh, okay. That's
kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about creative.
I'll talk about for women. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We're in a weird time. That's all I can say. We're in a weird time, and hopefully, it'll pass, and things will, we'll get back to.
But I think people need to be genuine. If you're not genuine, if you're not authentic, I'm sorry. You can't sugarcoat things. It's okay to be funny. I mean, even if you're offended, it's just a joke. And honestly, I think comedy comes from a very honest place, and comedians have been taking real life situations and making us laugh and think about things for decades. From Richard Pryor to Red Fox to Bill Maher,
carefree, and that's where the spirit of comedy comes from. And it's up to the audience too. So the audience has to embrace the funny.
You got one watcher. If you get In Living Color too, I'm down for it.
We got one.
Shawn Wayans,
if I get
y'all.
10, 100,000 million people to sign this.
We're done. I'm in. Shawn Wayans, Dana Cortez Show, y'all.
Thank you. Gracias.